Guten Tag, my name is DMAD, and welcome to... I actually don't know what this is. So basically, I wanted to do more episodes of Backtrek over the holiday break and the new year, especially since my Backtrek and Time episodes finally concluded. I was going to do separate Backtrek episodes since I had a lot of plans, but well, you'll see. Ironically, I am going to divide this into separate parts, especially since I still have a lot of footage that I want to make the most of. So, I started my winter break the right way, by contracting a mild case of COVID. Or the flu, I really don't know at this point. Oh, I don't think we're gonna have any trouble finding parking today. After that, I of course made a trip to the Kansas City Zoo. Despite the freezing weather, I made it work and even, unknowingly, had some company that day. Guten Tag, my name is DMAD and welcome to another installment of Backtrek, and boy is it cold outside. In this episode, we are back at the Kansas City Zoo. We are on a very cold day. It was actually the warmest in the forecast, so I thought it's now or never, do a zoo visit before the holidays, or depending on when I get this out, it's probably after Christmas by the time I get this out, so... But yeah, we're in the Penguin building because I was having some technical difficulties with my camera, so I'm recording on my phone. Don't have my hat as usual because I want to keep my ears warm. Can't say the same about my hand. But yeah, we'll see what we can see today. We'll see what animals are out. Winter, it may be a cold time and a lot of the warmer weather animals aren't out. But we'll see who is out. Like, some animals actually adapt to the cold, so... let's see what we can see. A good thing about coming to a zoo in winter is you basically have the zoo to yourself. I mean, it could be a problem because it might get real cold that a lot of the animals aren't out. But the Kansas City Zoo actually has a lot of inside animal attractions. So one of them, if you remember from our last video here, was the Alligator Alley. Here's the indoor alligator habitat. So I think that's a good thing about the Alligator Alley, is that they allow you to see the alligators in both cold and warm weather. So my only, my gripe with it is that there is a lot of glare, so you really have to get up to the glass to see them. And even then, the water is pretty black, so it can be hard to see the alligator if they're not like that right there on the shore. I think that's one. Yeah, there's one over there. Kind of harder to see, but you can see the snout and the eyes. So they have 4 or 5 in here. We'll see. They even got little. There we go. Using myself to block, but they even got little heat spots. So that's another good thing, is that in the corners, the alligator can just come hang out right here, and you can see it. So it's kind of a hit or miss when it comes to seeing the alligators. I think we definitely hit it. So yeah, moving on to the Discovery Barn. An interesting thing I once heard was that alligators, I've heard things where, like, in colder weather, So sometimes it'll ice over, and the alligators will actually just freeze their nose right above the ice. I know turtles do that, where they'll just freeze themselves under the ice, or they'll just stick their nose up above it so they can breathe. I think it's kind of interesting. Alright, so let that door close. We're in the Discovery Barn. And do you hear that? Exactly. It's very, very quiet in here. One of the few rare days that you'll come in here and there won't be a bunch of kids, because even as I talk, you can hear kind of a little echo. There's the macaws. They're probably going to be the loudest thing here. Yeah. See? But yeah, interesting aspect of going to zoos in the cold weather. We're not alone. You ever go to a zoo and you ever get that feeling that you're just being watched and it's not by an animal? Maybe I'm crazy. And of course, got all their goats. And these guys, they got their fur, so they're good. That's one thing about livestock animals, is that they're used to being out in any weather. Like, they were bred for it, so these guys got all their hay. Excuse me. They got all their hay. This guy looks like a younger one here. Hey, buddy. Sorry, I don't have any quarters. If I had quarters, I'd feed you guys. And now here, right next to me, we got the camels. And something interesting I recently learned is that paleontologists and scientists, they think that the camels adaptations for living in the desert originated from these guys living in the cold, actually. So, you know, they have, if you look at their feet, they expand as they walk, and that's to keep them out of the sand. But scientists theorize that it might also have helped their ancestors as like snowshoes. The long, there's geese right over there, ruining my shot, or my audio. Anyways, the long eyelashes keep the sand out, but scientists think that might have also kept the snow out of their eyes in like blizzards and stuff. So, and also, of course, they have that real thick coat that you kind of see right there, and it'll molt off in the summer. So that's another thing that I think descended from living in a colder environment. It's also interesting because of how adaptive they are to their environment. Like, these guys, these dromedary camels, originate from like the Arabian Peninsula. They were brought in North Africa, used a lot in the ancient world, and of course they were used in predominantly warm or arid areas. And I mean, it's cold winter, and these guys these girls are just thriving. So, interesting thing, I always think. I like camels. So they still got their stuff out for Glow Wild, and I actually got to see Glow Wild a couple weeks ago. Real nice event with all the lights, all the people, and something that they did is, because of how popular it is, they expanded it and kept it going. So I don't know when you're seeing this video, but we're heading over back to the entrance. We're heading there so that we can see the Wings of Wonder bird show. I think I showed it on the channel before. That or the Animal Ambassador show, I can't remember. I think it was Wings of Wonder. But yeah, let's head there. wouldn't want that cold wind in my face anyways. This is something funny. They have a bunch of like corn stalks and stuff in here for the corn snake, and the real reason that they're called corn snakes is that if you look under their belly scales, ventral scales, look like old Native American kind of corn. So it's really interesting. This is the most visible I've seen this guy, so usually he's up in the corner. And that's another thing that zoos actually do, is like they'll have these buildings and they'll be so warm. Like, I mean, just look at all the condensation because of how like warm it is in here. They'll have these nice warm spots that you can come to and see the animals get out of the cold. The Kenyan sandboa, that's the most active I've seen him, or not active, most visible. So see some snakes, and then we'll go to the tiger trail. Now, regarding animals being outside, this habitat right here is actually a rotational habitat. So in the colder weather, you'll have the red pandas here. You'll have them out. And in the warmer weather, they'll switch to the leaflangers, the monkeys. So the monkeys are in the red pandas inside area to keep them warm. So I think it's really cool. Of course, this is Mama and the kids get this habitat, I believe. That's how it was last time when they had kids. And then here's Dad. Now, of course, the rhino hornbills and the lion tail macaques aren't here anymore. Now, I don't know if they got rid of their other tiger. Door's open, so I don't know if the tiger's in there. But they transferred Conrad, the tiger, to another facility down in Florida. I'm still looking. I think I'm on his trail. I think I know where they sent him, what zoo. So, but now they're also, if they haven't already, have transferred Thomas, his brother, to another zoo, because, you know, these guys are critically endangered in the wild. So the AZA, they have their species survival program, which matches animals, kind of like an online dating system or big dating site. So they did say they're going to get more tigers. Their thing is, the reason that they can't keep one tiger and then they can't bring a female in is because the zoo isn't equipped for babies. So that's all right. We'll track down where the brothers went. We'll see them again someday. But until then, it's off to Australia. Don't know if I'll do Africa. We'll see. And of course, the aviary is empty, considering that you have mostly tropical birds in here. It's too cold for them, too cold for their feet. One bird you do have is the silver gull, so I mean it's not completely empty. But yeah, not many other birds here. So yeah, moving on. There's the aquarium. It's all coming together. It's so close. And of course, the aquarium's going to be that'll be another warm stop. Doesn't look like the sea lions are open right now. So, but one place we are going to check out, the old historical tropics, which, if you didn't know, actually used to be the zoo itself. So, let's go see what's in there and warm up a little bit, shall we? This is a rare sight indeed. You got their crested porcupines actually walking around. Oh, and that one lays down. Yeah, these guys are always sleeping when I'm here. So that's something interesting to see. Something you don't see every day. Now, obviously, the elephant's most likely not out, so we're gonna go check out Africa real quick, and then we'll be done. Look at that. Let's see a good amount of the lagoon is iced over. You have the little bubbler there, I think, to help drum up some current and stuff. I don't think it's thick enough for ice hockey yet. I mean, forecast is calling for rain, or not rain, snow, and single-digit weather. So we'll see. Now, to be fair, chimps have a little forest back up there with the wall they can't climb over, and they've got this ditch. So, they might be hiding somewhere, but more likely they're in the they're in their inside quarters sleeping or enjoying the warm temperature. So well, can't. Well, can't say you're the eagle I was expecting to see today. You know, after walking all this time, I'm beginning to think the elephants aren't on exhibit. What do you know? They're not. Who could have foreseen this in this cold weather? That's okay though. Flamingos aren't out either. Walking back, you actually see a lot of the stuff for Glow Wild, because this is a part of the route that you take. You see some African animals, see the aquarium construction, and then finished off with some aquarium themed light displays. So yeah, I think that's it for the video. Let me cut to the outro. Now, during the time that the Zoo Lights Trip 2021 videos were being posted, I was supposed to be on another trip recording the zoo lights in the current year, but things didn't really work out as planned. Luckily, I had an Arizona trip following Christmas that would more than make up for it. What could possibly go wrong? But with that, I think we're done here. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing to the channel, as well as following me on my other social media platforms. The link tree is in the description below. I thank you all for watching, and remember, always be prepared, do good daily, and love nature, for your life is a canvas, and you have the brush. Auf Wiedersehen!